What's going on, people, and welcome back to another abnormal video. Today we've got a special video. We're going to be comparing sets and reps to freestyle. Which is best? Which style of training should you do? Sets and reps are concentric, eccentric and isometric muscle contractions. These are the three main ways a muscle can generate force. Now, in order to build muscle, we want to generate enough force in the muscles to create microscopic tears so that they eventually repair and grow back stronger. Any movement where you're pushing or pulling upwards is going to be concentric contraction, and that's one of the hardest contractions because you're acting against gravity. Gravity is trying to push you down while you're trying to push or pull yourself upwards. Any eccentric contraction is a lot easier than the concentric. As shown in the push-up clip, you're decelerating the movement so gravity isn't working against you, so you can push or pull a lot more, and this is just going to lead to more gains because you're going to really tear those muscle fibers. So with sets and reps, as you can see, you can manipulate the tempo of the movement, which will lead to you building muscle. It's a really useful form of training. If you're not doing sets and reps, then you're just missing out because you're not going to get stronger, you're not going to build muscle, so you have to be doing your sets and reps. Another great positive to sets and reps is that it's easy to track your progress. You can see whether you're building strength and endurance. Let's say 1 week you're doing 4 sets of 8 reps on the exercise, the next week you're going to maybe try and increase that number to 10 reps, then eventually 5 sets, 10 reps. So you can see it's really easy to track your strength and endurance progress. When you're freestyling, it's hard to keep track of what muscles you're working because you're literally using every single muscle in a set. There's more freedom to it, whereas sets and reps is quite strict. You know what you're doing, you know what you're going to achieve, you know what to progress onto next week. Another great way to build muscle are isometric or static holds, such as the front lever. As you can see in the front lever, you're neither lengthening or shortening muscles, you're keeping the muscles at constant length. This just makes the movement a lot harder as gravity is acting against you, but you're trying to fight it and keep yourself upright. It's a lot easier when you're doing front lever raises because you don't have to hold yourself in that static position and the muscles are lengthening and shortening. On the other hand, when you're trying to hold that front lever, back lever or planche even, the muscle is at a constant length and it's just that much harder because you're fighting against gravity. The beauty of statics as well, it provides a different stimulus to the muscles, and including all 3 of these movements, such as doing handstand push-ups, allows you to get the benefit of all of these 3 different muscle contractions. So the isometric phase of it when you're holding the handstand, the concentric phase as you're pushing up, and the eccentric when you're coming down into the handstand. When you include an exercise into your routine that involves all these 3 different contractions, such as tuck planche push-ups as another example, it puts a lot more stress on those muscles and it's just going to lead to strength and size in those muscles. As you can see, you're holding the isometric tucked position but also pulling and pushing at the same time, so you get the benefit of all 3. So those are the main benefits of sets and reps. It's an easy way to track your progress and build muscle. Moving on to freestyle. I love freestyling as well. Why? Because it gives you freedom. It's so fun just to play on the bar. Like, just to be able to flow and do different kind of movements. It's just so fun, and that's the main thing with training. You've got to keep it fun to keep yourself motivated. That's just me anyways. Freestyling is also a great way to build muscle because you're using all 3 of those muscle contractions: concentric, eccentric and isometric contractions. You'll notice freestyling is a great way to test your endurance as the muscles are put under a lot more time under tension. A long sequence such as 30 seconds to a minute long, a little routine like that, puts a lot of stress on the muscles, and that's also going to lead to muscle size and strength. Freestyling also involves you moving in different planes of motion, so the frontal plane, the sagittal plane, the transverse plane, whereas when you're doing sets and reps, it's just more or less up and down movements. A lot more coordination and balance is recruited when freestyling. Plus, you overcome that fear barrier. You learn and explore new moves. They're quite scary to do, such as 360 muscle ups, spinning, rotating. Your sense of balance and awareness is just heightened when you're freestyling. So I think that's another great benefit to freestyling. A few drawbacks to freestyling: at the end of the day, you still need a basic level of strength before even trying to attempt certain movements, otherwise you're just going to get injured. So for that reason, you have to be doing your sets and reps also. So my advice is, if you do want to get into freestyle, then definitely figure out some kind of sets and rep program, which you'll do for a while to build up some strength and endurance, and then move on to your freestyle work. The only real drawback to freestyle I see is injuries. Injuries are very real, people. If you're not strong enough to perform a certain movement, you can hurt yourself badly. Especially nowadays with the moves that they're pulling off now, 540s, Gengars, gainers, I don't know what other moves they're doing, but it's just insane. And like, it's amazing the human strength required for it, but injuries are very real, people. You can get hurt very easily. So that's the main comparison between sets and reps and freestyle, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you find out what works best for you. In my opinion, I'd definitely keep doing your sets and reps just to build that base level of strength, and then if you do want to freestyle in future, you'll have the strength to do so and you're more prepared. So that was the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, once again, comment, like, share, and most importantly,
yo, I just want to say thank you for watching Abnormal Beings channel. You'll see the new video coming soon. Big love to Abnormal Beings. Make sure you're following them on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. Abnormal Beings, let's go!